Koti, I'm new to this page actually. I think I came across your page about 2 days ago. I joined the live, and then I had to do something, and then I came across it again now. So based on what this woman just said, and Ojeki Roti, my own experience as well. I was born into a Muslim home, and I lost my mom very early. I think I just entered the university my first year. My mom died. And, about the same time, there were a lot of deaths, within, the family, from my mother's side of the family. And then my mom's, cousin, elderly, woman, now felt that, we needed, prayer. So she got, this pastor, that got everybody together and said, they were going to pray for us and all of that. So out of nowhere, he picked interest in me. And at that time, I think, I'd finished, I'd graduated and I was working, and I was, fairly okay. I had a car, and I was still living at home, things were okay, as a young girl. And then, the man now called me after the general prayer and said, mo need láti wá sọ́dọ̀ àwọn. So I didn't, know, kí ni mi ò bá yín sọ nǹkan kan, so what do you want to see me for? So I didn't, bother. So after a while, my auntie that, brought him home now called me and said, this person has been calling her, telling her that, he wanted to see me, and it's very important. This person has been calling her, telling her that, he wanted to see me, and it's very important. And the man said, I think it was somewhere in Yaba, at the time. So picture me, Danny. And I said, okay. So I've always been I'm not, need so much faith in, this Christianity, Islamic or whatever. I've always been very neutral. I know there is a God. So I don't believe in all of that, why religious at all. But my mind just, kept going back to, why would you ask me, to bring my picture? So I decided, to go along. And I got there. He did, some prayer. And he actually said I should stand on the Bible, for the prayer that he did. So after that, and then he said, pastor friend, because...
Do you remember the name of the church? Sorry.
I don't. It's one of them, White Garment Church. So I was, young then. I can't remember. Boya Sele, Abi, Keribo. I don't know. Me only differentiate one. But I went to his home, not to the church. And, he was a young man then. So I got there. I remember it was somewhere in Yaba. So I got there. And after the prayer, I now said, we were waiting, for his friend. And I was like, hey, let's for me now, pay, I was very, anxious to what is it that you want to say that you have to wait? And after so much persuasion, and at this time I'd given him the picture, because it was like, oh, did you bring the picture? I said, yeah, I'd given him the picture. And then he said, by the beach side. And me, I carried him, on my laps, and I was breastfeeding him. my status, it could be somebody in my mind. I was like you, right? And it could be anything, anything like that. I said, okay. And then was like, how was I going to get my picture from this man? So I don't know. God, helped me. And I basically, said, photo no. Man, picture you clear, Dada. Lost in the motor. I have, another one. I'll go get them, from the car and, come back. And that was how he said, okay, he gave me the picture. Lola. So he called my auntie Taya. And I had to tell my auntie, I said, do you know what this man said to me? Right? It was like, breastfeed on beach side, If I was going to get married, it could be somebody, I said, I don't believe in all of that, please. otherwise, because my dad was an imam, not imam like that, but I came from a very strong, Muslim background, and it would have been very livid if he knew that, there was any pastor that my auntie had, brought to the house. So I said, otherwise, I'm going to tell my dad that, this is what you're doing. And that was how, I was able to, get out of the situation, but
You are very, very lucky.
I was, honestly, I
You are
was,
very lucky
because
because one of the posts we made about a few weeks ago, that's the same problem, that's the same process that got the lady into what she's battling with till date. It was the supposed sister-in-law, I think episode from the horse's mouth episode 30, I can't really remember. Then the supposed sister-in-law said she should go to one of these woli prophets to go and pray whether the this thing between herself and the brother will work out. What's your business with how tomorrow will be when both of ẹni tó burú mọ́ ọkàn wẹ̀ tó máa sọ fún òní now?
yeah.
So the lady got there, wọ́n ló máa ṣègbélé ilẹ̀ àánú ijọ́ méje, ijọ́ kejì àbí ijọ́ kẹta ni wòlíì ti ń là ní nǹkan mọ́lẹ̀, ó ti lóyún kó tó mọ ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. And that is what truncated the journey, the life journey of the lady till date bá a ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀. I am telling you that you are very, very lucky. And if everybody, if as many people that are listening to us today, telling you that you are very, very lucky. And if everybody, if as many people that are listening to us today, they are human beings like you and I. Ẹni tẹ́lẹ̀dùmarè ò dẹ̀ lè mú kò tí ì dẹ ẹ̀rù máa ń bà yín. Tí wọ́n bá lọ ṣàgùn sí mi, tí wọ́n bá lọ nà mí nìkan, ibi tí màá pa ẹ́ wà ni màá gbà ẹ́ wà. I'm telling you the truth.